good evening. So sometimes, or I've had the situation where students ask me, "Sir, why do you, will you always warn us when we are looking at ICE?" Remember, folks, we've got ICE, that's your 10%. Uh, will you always warn us or prepare us, or is it always under pressure? I want to show you something interesting or share this with you. So read with me, I'm sharing on my screen here. So in the context of a postgrad qual, especially as students moving toward your research dissertation or your mini dissertation, research report that you're going to author and defend, with tight academic deadlines, your ability to maintain cognitive clarity, that's a nice term, do you also like it, under pressure, is as much part of the curriculum as the research itself, guys. So if you say, I must always warn you before we do ICE, I get that. But if you need to know that to decide whether or not you're going to skip class or do class, that's the wrong motive. Um, there's always that degree of pressure. Look at how I framed it. And I said, so if an ad hoc ICE, if we do ICE in class without warning, and sometimes I do, look, we've only done one ICE, né? It was 2 sessions back. You guys had to do a presentation. Um, if it puts you under pressure, see it as a pedagogical necessity rather than an inconvenience. I want you guys to focus on these concepts. Cognitive resilience, don't you like that term? Professional socialization and stress integration. So that's all part of the course. Part for the course. All right, so group work, you saw my message, hopefully. We spoke about doing group work this evening. I'll show you why. And those of you that have had a look at the assignment brief, we'll see as my share comes up here. That's assignment 2, yes. Assignment 1 is still coming. It sits on PAS. We are approaching assignment 1. I'll give you guys some decent feedback on your assignment, stuff that you can integrate and incorporate going forward. Please go back to our earlier sessions in terms of how to tackle academic writing and research. Remember, we spoke about that. That's what this is all about. I marked some master students today, guys, and I promise you, this 5% penalty, I gave it to so many students. And that's the 5, hey? That's the least I can subtract for referencing style errors. In other words, you're referencing in text and or reference list is not in accordance with the IIE Harvard 2026 referencing guide. 5% or 10% if there are more major inconsistencies. All right, this is a group assignment, as we can see here. 4 people per group is a nice way. We've got 12 students registered. Sorry, tongue twister. So working in groups of 4 is ideal. And of course, for those of you who have looked at the brief, you will see that there's the submission, and then there's a presentation component where you guys are going to present. We'll do it here in class. And you will present as part of your submission too. And interesting enough, there's also the peer review. I will say a bit more about peer review later. Just know that there will be a peer review element of 5 marks in your marking. You guys will review. So group members will review their peers and say this person did not pull his or her weight, or whatever the case may be. But we have lots of time to look at that at a different time, so don't worry. I just want to see what Cam says here. Okay, Dieter, he's traveling. He'll connect. And we'll connect via chat. All right. Okay, I got it. I see Dieter is here. I see what you're saying. All right. So with that now said, can we be efficient this evening and please get the groups sorted out? At this time, uh, I had a chat with Ali, the class rep earlier. Thanks, Ali. And you said, Ali, Dieter, Cameron, and Matthew. That's a group. Ellie, I'm going to use you as the contact person. And I want you guys to give a group name. I always tell students, sometimes I say, think of a music band or anything you want. Sometimes I say, well, think of whatever name you want to use. I want a name for your group so that we've got a label to recognize that group. So I want you guys to think about that group name. Then, what about the rest of you? Have you guys had a chance to put yourself into groups? So there's 8 people remaining. There's 8 students remaining. Those of you who are not in this group, so I'm speaking to Tabile, Stacy, Gayatri, you here, Machiduso. What are your take on the group story? Have you guys had a chance to organize yourself into groups yet? Can we do it now?
We already did say on the group chat.
You've done that. All right. While you are on
Yes.
here, will you tell me, please, Machidiso, who's your group members?
Can I check? Because we
Yes.
created a group today. It's
All right. So it's obviously yourself.
yes, it's me.
Yep.
It's also who's this? Noah.
It's Noah. Yes. I know Noah. Yes.
And I honestly don't know how to pronounce his name. Gaia three.
Oh, it's Gayatri.
All
Oh,
right.
Gaia three.
Gayatri is right here. Yes.
And the other member is Star Drop Sessions.
That's
I
Stacy.
don't know who's that.
Stacy. That is Stacy.
Oh, and
Stacy?
Stacy.
Stacy, it's
Yes.
you. All right. So
Yep.
we're sitting with Machidiso, Noah, Gayatri, and Stacy.
Yes, correct,
Fantastic.
sir.
Right. So that's the second group or group 2, but you want to please come up with a name. Who's going to be the contact person for this group, guys?
I can be that.
Gayatri?
Gayatri.
All
Yes.
right. Gayatri, you're going to be the contact. All right. And our third and final group would then obviously be the remaining people. Is there anyone here from that group?
Yes, it's me that doesn't have a group.
Tabile. Did you also put the other members' names on your discussion that you guys discuss it? Do you know what the names are, Tabile?
No, I didn't discuss anything regarding groups.
Okay, you are just in the third group. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Okay, now obviously, let's call that group 3. Guys, when we're done now, I want the name, please. I want the name for that first group, for Ali's group. I want the name for the second group, or Gayatri's group. And I want one for your group, please, Tabile, the third group. I want a name from each of these groups. All right. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to put you guys in breakout rooms. So for now, let's call it group 1, group 2, and group 3. Until we get the names. So we're going to have Ali, we're going to have Gayatri and Tabile. All right. There's Noah. Good evening, Noah. You are in group 2. Welcome. Before I put you guys in the breakout rooms, this is what we're going to be looking at this evening. So startup ventures fail. We know the stats, and if I've got time, I'll share a bit more about that later on. But I want to take a different angle this evening and say, instead of looking why or how a business might succeed, let's look at why businesses fail. So we often learn a lot, guys, not necessarily from knowing or seeing how things should be done. We can often learn a lot from seeing or learning how it should not be done. It's equally informative. So I said here, when we look at why businesses could typically fail, entrepreneurial ventures, startups, it develops critical foresight. So when we're going into something, when we're planning something, we can be intentional about those factors that leads to the typical demise of startup entrepreneurial ventures within the first, say, 5 years or so. All right, in your groups, I want you guys then to compile a slide presentation, maximum of 4 slides, where you unpack some of the reasons why startups would typically fail. Guys, I'm going to leave the slide up here for you to look. I'll make it a bit smaller so that it can sit on the screen here. All right. Maximum of 4 slides in your presentation. Then here's my criteria. Incorporate at least one social or behavioral theory in your discussion. A social or behavioral theory is something, because you guys are working with people. It's got to do with how people behave, how people socially interact. We all know Maslow's theory. I gave you another example here, the conflict theory that was a brainchild of Marx, where he says that societies are defined by the struggle for resources. So that's Marx's conflict theory. A theory 9 out of the 10 times have the name of the person that came up with it. It's normally a person, a researcher, an individual that came up with the theory. Bandura came up with a social cognitive theory. And the essence of that theory says that people learn by observing others. So it's a theory. It's something we can regard as truth. Then, so I want you guys to look for and dig around for a theory, one social or behavioral theory in your assessment of the topic under investigation. I want you guys to incorporate at least one example of a startup that failed. And why did it fail? A startup that failed. And then there's a concept I want you to touch on, which we call defensive entrepreneurship. I want you guys to do a bit of research and reading on that and bring that into your discussion as well. All right, is it clear? Very easy. Nothing funny. You put together in your groups a maximum presentation of 4 slides. You're going to present. Now you're going to ask me, must everyone present? You don't have to. You can say, listen, one person presents or more than one of you. When we get to the assignment, I'm going to ask everyone to present. In that case, I'm going to say all members of this group needs to present. So obviously at that time, you're going to split it up and everyone's going to get a chance to present. Invictus. I like it. I like it, Ali. That's a nice name. That's real snazzy. Very nice. All right. Okay. And this I will leave up here. I want that social theory that's aligned with what we are unpacking here. I want one real life example and say this firm failed because of this. And then what the heck is defensive entrepreneurship? Can we get a hold on what that means? All right. Are you ready to go into your groups? Now I must do that quickly. Rooms. I've done this before, just bear with me. Okay, I want to create 3 rooms. Guys, you're going to choose the rooms where you go to. That's the way I'm going to set it up. Anything on a name for Machido's group? Give me anything. And Tabile? I like it. That's so original. Yes, you guys. You know, you students are always one step ahead of us. That's amazing. All right. Listen, Tabile, I think it's your call, man. Let's get a group name for you. What do you say? Help me out here.
I'm still thinking about it.
All right, you still want to think. All right, I'm just going to call you group 3 for now, but yeah, don't make too much of it, eh? It's not such a big thing. All right. We've got Invictus, we've got the entrepreneurs. Nice. Okay. I'm going to say let people choose their rooms. I'm going to create 3 rooms. Let people choose their rooms. I'm going to create the rooms. Now, give me this 1 minute to rename them. Was Invictus the Madiba movie? Yeah, I wonder why it failed to be renamed. I've never had that. Oh, room 1 is Invictus. Yes, I'm tweaking it here. Room 2. On the notes. Okay. And room 3, I'm going to leave as is. I'm going to set a time limit on this, guys, of 30 minutes. Half an hour. Because we're going to come back and present quickly. So, I've set a time limit. I'm going back and opening the rooms, and you guys can then move into the rooms where you are. Tabile, if it's only you, which by this point it looks like it is only you, you are in it on your own. It's fine. Let's do it like that. Okay, guys, I'm opening the rooms. And you can leave. I think you can stay present here in the main meeting, but you can also then move out to your rooms. Let's give it a bash. Let's see how that works. All right, a lot of people has moved out. Yes, Stace, you're still here. Tabila, you're still here. So you guys can join your rooms.
So Sam, the only one in my group at the moment.
You are. So you're gonna do this by yourself. No pressure, hey?
How do I join the room?
I'm not sure, Stacy. From where I'm sitting, I can't, but all your peers are gone. All of them are out, so it must be easy to do it. It must
I also don't see how I'm supposed to join the room.
Gayatri.
Yes, I just wanted to take a screenshot of this screen because I
Yes,
have to leave.
just explain to your colleagues here how to join a room, please. We've got 1 or 2 students that just want to know exactly how to join the room from where we are.
Okay, when you open the rooms, I saw view rooms option on the screen. I'm trying to find it now again.
All right,
Yeah.
so they
So
must open rooms at the top menu or something, no?
yes,
Yes.
yes. On the top we see the rooms, breakout rooms option, and in that I guess we go to our rooms, respective rooms.
That's it, guys. I haven't seen it a lot, but I know there was, I had a case where a student didn't run the desktop Teams. I'm not sure if you're running on your phone or from another device, if that facility is maybe a bit bungled.
Oh, yeah, perhaps. Because I'm
I don't know if you
using
can
my
reconnect
phone.
on desktop Teams,
Okay,
but yeah,
fine.
it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
I'm going to leave you guys. Tabile, in reality, you don't have to jump out here. You can continue and do your thing. And I'm going to see you guys back in the main room in about 30 minutes. Yeah, Stacey, I'm sorry if you can't enter the room because of that. You think that's that technical thing, or because your version of Teams or your device doesn't allow it?
I'm trying to fix that on my end.
Okie dokes. Okie dokes.
Stacy.
I'm working on it. Please
Oh,
do.
okay. All right, no problem.
Matshidiso, are you guys coming all right?
Yes, we are. I thought
thanks.
Stacy was struggling, but she's saying she's working on it. We'll just wait for her. We'll just continue. She'll find us along the way.
Yes, you carry on. She's got a technical glitch.
All right, no problem, sir.
Okay, Rex. Tabile, I see Stacy is out. I'm throwing you into the deep end to do this by yourself, but please don't take stress or pressure, hey?
Okay, so but I just feel like because we are 9, maybe you could have grouped us into groups of 3 at least instead of me being alone.
No, but these are the groups that you are in now. Here's Benjamin. He's also in your group. Benjamin?
Hi, good evening, sir. I'm also going to
Yes.
have a group. I think I can join anyone.
Yes. Join group 3. You with Tabile.
Okay.
So,
Group 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Tabile, will you contact me in the WhatsApp group so that I can know who other members are?
Guys,
Yes.
your other members, and I haven't seen them, it's Divakar and Menno. So for now, I haven't seen Divakar or Menno, but you guys I've seen a lot.
Okay.
So it's at least the 2 of you. And remember, Tabile, sometimes when we have got a smaller group, the more members you have in a group, the more painful it is to do something. So we can decide on final groupings. But if it's the 2 of you, not a train smash, let's see where it works out. See if you guys can join the room from here, room 3. Tabile, could you find the menu thingy at the top?
So no, I tried also joining with my tablet. I don't see anything at all.
You don't see
Yes,
rooms there.
yes,
Um,
and the problem is at the moment I can't use my laptop. It has a bit of a problem, so I'm depending on my
Come on.
tablet. So I can't do
oh,
anything.
shame. No, it's perfectly understandable. Don't worry. We're not putting stress on you in any way, shape, or form. Benjamin, there's a group task shared on the screen.
Okay.
Where we say, I want you guys to look at why startup entrepreneurial ventures fail, and put together something.
Yes.
Again, it's not there to. I think there was a previous session where you battled a bit, Benjamin. But at the end of the day, you pulled it through. So I don't know if the platform doesn't work for you guys. If you can't get in via Teams because of you're not running desktop, maybe give each other a WhatsApp call, see what you can put together.
Sure, let me text
Yeah. No.
Benjamin on WhatsApp.
No
Yeah.
problem. That's why I'm saying Tabile, she might be knowing other member, and I don't know now who's the other person.
You guys,
so if she
you
can take the lead, at least it will be better.
yeah. I haven't seen the other members in class. I haven't seen Divakar and I haven't seen Menno, but you guys I've seen. So for now, let the two of you tackle this evening's project, and we'll sort membership out later.
Okay.
I'm gonna see you in a while.
Benjamin,
Okay.
can I contact you via?
All right.
WhatsApp, no problem.
Okay, let me contact you now.
Nabile, Benjamin, it was a bumpy start. There's about 5 minutes left. Have you guys been able to get some info?
Yes, we are doing something. I think in next we will be done in before the correct time.
Well done.
Yeah. Okay.
Good stuff. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna close the rooms. If not, it's going to throw you out in any case. Closing in 1 minute. Right. Right, I'm closing. Welcome back. So I had a lekker chuckle this afternoon. I showed my daughter the assignment, and I said everyone must make slides and they must bring in a theory, and they must talk about real life, and they must talk about entrepreneurship, and then everyone's gonna rush and run into AI. So yeah, we had a lekker chuckle. All right, how did it go? Lekker. I want to ask you, and we'll take this discussion offline, Gayatri. I've got Dieter. Not Dieter, I've got Divakar and Menu. We've got Benjamin and Tabilo in group 3, which we still need a name for. But I haven't seen Divakar and Menu in class. We'll just see. We might make another small shift to the groups as they are, but for the most part, I don't interfere too much. At this point, we've got Benjamin and Tabile in that last group. Ali, I maybe ask you if you can get a hold of these other students, Mena and Divakar for us. Okay, we've got 5 minutes, 4 minutes to share each group. Who's up first? Benjamin, where are you guys? Yo, Ben, can you read me?
Yes, I can hear you. In a minute's time, we'll be there.
All right, you're not ready at this point. Let's start with the middle guys. Machidiso, are you guys ready to fly and give us a 4-minute overview? 3 minutes. I'm talking to the entrepreneurs. Machi, Noah, Gayatri, and Stacy. Can you guys show us something?
So I think we're ready.
Right. Sorry, Ali, what was that?
Oh, so we're still putting in information. We still
Sorry,
need
there
a
was
few minutes.
just noise in the background. Sorry about that. I forgot to put on my mic.
Okay, no problem. All right. So, Machi, are you guys gonna start?
So we're still putting in information. Can we like have 2 to
Also
3
have 1
minutes?
minute. Okay. No, it's crazy. And Ali, you guys, are you still finalizing also?
Yes, I'm just trying to make my slides ready to share. So I just need a moment. Yeah.
Yeah, an hour is really short, né? There's so little you can do in an hour, in all fairness, né? It's really short. I see your assignment too is very interesting. You're looking at a venture that you need to talk about. All right. Looks like there's something up from Invictus. Al, I'm going to ask you to see if you can do this in 3 minutes. And I am seeing your share. It is coming through. I'm going to put my camera off. Okay, something is loading.
Just let me know if you can. Yeah, just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Video and audio is feeding good. Thank you. All right. But yeah, be mindful of time. Literally 3 minutes.
Yes. Okay, sure. So yeah. So I just wrote on why startups fail. Just briefly, the idea might not be good enough. Whoever starts up the business might not have the business acumen because there's certain fundamentals that weren't put in place, that weren't thought through properly. Secondly, there might be no real need in the market, in terms of the purpose for the problem, what they want to solve. It doesn't really solve that. There could also be financial pressures where startups run out of cash very quickly. They don't have sufficient funding, or the knowledge might not be sort of up to speed, or being able to check the business finances, expenses, and profits. The business model that they've decided to come up with might not be strong enough in terms of pricing strategies and margins, and might not be scalable in the future. Also, in terms of the team that's assembled, leadership and management teams, that could be problematic because there might be certain skills that are lacking, and that might not work always right. And also in terms of competition in the market, that they didn't do their due diligence and their research properly to assess what competition they're up with against. Then in terms of a real life example, I do know of, if anyone knows, there is, I'm obviously from Cape Town. So in South Africa, there is a franchise called Torga Optical. And I know someone that who was an optometrist there. They decided to leave and start their own little startup venture, having their sort of own little business. They started that, and there wasn't enough research, I think, in terms of location and who the people were that living in the surrounding areas and the model. So within the first couple of months of that, it went well, but then after a year, it just really didn't pan out to what they were expecting. And obviously sometimes they were not within a shopping complex where there's a lot of traffic, and they were on their own. So that was just difficult. And, with the knowledge that I have and looking at that example, I think there was a lot of things that they've missed the mark and do proper research on in terms of who the target market was, what is the point of difference, given the industry that they're operating in, and there's so much competition.
Sorry, Ali, and they were so visible, hey? We all knew about them,
Yes.
right?
Exactly. So yeah, so she felt that she sort of her network was good. She built up a good clientele, and obviously decided just to start her own thing. But there's many other factors about being on your own, and obviously not anymore where there's lots of traffic, that there were quiet times and it fluctuates. So I just think that more research should have gone into finding the right location, and I think knowing what a point of difference was and setting the price right. Yeah.
Okay, so the main takeaway from your post-mortem is location. There weren't
Exactly.
enough feet. All right.
Yes. So I'm just going to shift on to, I think, Cameron, who was going to talk about the defense of entrepreneurship.
Thanks, Ali. Defensive entrepreneurship describes a strategic approach in both business and personal affairs that prioritizes protecting cash flow, assets, and market shares from economic shifts and competitive threats over exponential growth. This approach offers security, resilience, proactivity, and planning benefits in times of instability. So in practice, businesses or individuals can establish secondary ventures that can be launched or amplified in the market when revenue security is challenged. This alternate revenue stream creates a safety net from external pressures that can challenge the long-term viabilities of a business or a person's financial well-being. Furthermore, by taking a proactive approach to planning, by forecasting trends, a venture can be structured in a way to predict and mitigate emerging risk. Okay, I'm going to move on to Dieter's not able to access his mic. So the suggested...
Okay, and sorry, Cam, we must come in for landing, hey?
Okay. Okay, so quick.
Quick.
Okay, so we had a look at a social behavioral theory of business failure. This theory is called groupthink, and it occurs when a group's desire for harmony and consensus overrides its appraisal of the alternatives. So it causes dissonance in intelligent, capable teams. So cohesion, which is normally a team strength, becomes a vulnerability, and dissent feels disloyal. Okay, so business failure link would be that strategy goes unchallenged and market signals are dismissed, and hiring becomes an echo chamber. Pivots arrive too late or never. An illusion of invulnerability convinces a team it can't fail, and members hold unquestioned belief in the group's moral rightness, fueling reckless risk-taking. Members self-censor doubts to avoid seeming disloyal. Loyalty blocks contrary information because no one speaks up. Everyone assumes unanimous agreement.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Groupthink, I love that. That's why when groups get that almost myopic focus, some people brainstorm with, a bunch of engineers will sit looking at an engineering problem, and they will be stuck, and they will call out the garden people or the cleaners or the tea people. And sometimes the solution comes from there, because those people sitting outside that group think myopic thing. Thank you very much. Nice, some good points raised. Benjamin, are you guys good to go? Thank you, Invictus. Nice. Ben, Tabile, you guys want to show us something?
Yes, can you see us? trying
I'll
to
tell you
share.
when. I'll tell you when, Ben.
Can you see
Not
us
yet.
now?
Something
yet.
is loading. Yes.
Yes,
Go,
okay.
go to slide mode.
Yeah.
Slideshow
Or
mode.
slideshow mode.
Then you'll get a full screen. Yeah,
Okay,
somewhere there.
it says I'm sharing here. It says I'm sharing.
Yes, you are
Okay.
sharing. I can see. I just want you to go to a fuller screen mode. You see there in the middle of your menu, more or less on the top menu bar, where it says design, transitions, animation, slideshow. I think if you go to slideshow mode, you're going to see your screen fuller. You must go to the left and top.
Okay, let me try another way.
Don't worry. It's not that serious.
Push me. Now?
No, it's not sharing at the moment. Your share is gone. It's
Not
back.
now. It's
No,
back
but
now.
no, it's there. It's back. It's back.
Okay. Can I continue now?
Yeah, continue. It's not the end of the world. Again, you've got 3 minutes.
We are actually answering the question why ventures fail. According to the conflict theory, society is structured in such a way that it must be an inequality in it. And when we incorporate the social and behavioral theory, they tell us that operational and staff issues are major challenges. Operational, we talk about finances for a startup can grow or even to start, and staffing issues to get the right people for the job, for them to do the job, and we mean that when the correct staffing is employed, it means that a venture will stand and work well. But if we don't find skilled people, it means the operation will die. In a small jiffy, we just say we prefer behavioral theory, because it teaches that this is what the society has created. And if we want to run away from that, actually, we must believe in ourselves, and we must use our own funds. We must not rely on people to fund us. Thank you.
Okay, I will talk about one business venture that failed. The one that we chose was Zumi. So Zumi was an e-commerce fashion marketplace that expanded into South Africa, but it collapsed around 2023 due to funding shortages and operational challenges. So basically, why did it fail? It failed because of funding shortages. Venture capital dried up, leaving the company unable to sustain operations. And then also operational complexity, logistics and supply chain issues in multiple African markets proved very costly. And also market fit issues, consumer adoption was slower than expected, reducing revenue streams. And then competition, larger established e-commerce platform outpaced Zumi in reach and efficiency. Okay. Can I move on to the defensive entrepreneurship?
Yes.
Yes. So basically, defensive
Sorry,
entrepreneurship.
Sabile, your slides is still standing still on one slide. Are you guys moving the slides, synchronizing the slides?
Benjamin is the one that's supposed to move the slides.
Okay, he's doing the slides. Okay. Guys are stuck on one slide.
Okay, Benjamin, can you please go to defensive entrepreneurship slide? Benjamin?
Sabile, don't worry, sorry, continue with your content, that's 100%.
Benjamin, can you move to the defensive entrepreneurship slide?
All right, there we go. Okay, continue, Tabitha.
I thought Benjamin will present that one.
Okay, don't worry, move on to your part.
Okay, so what is defensive entrepreneurship? So basically, defensive entrepreneurship is a business strategy that is focused on protecting the resources, minimizing risk, and ensuring sustainability rather than aggressively chasing rapid growth. It emphasizes careful planning, financial prudence, as well as resilience against market threats. So why does defensive entrepreneurship matter? It's because of high failure rates, with 70 to 80% of startups in South Africa failing within 5 years. Defensive strategies help reduce the vulnerability. And then the second point is economic uncertainty. So in contexts such as South Africa as a country, we have load shedding, we have inflation, we have limited venture capital. So defensive entrepreneurship ensures business survival. Then the third point will be resilience. So businesses built defensively are better equipped to withstand shocks such as funding shortages or supply chain disruptions. So I would like to end there because of time.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm looking at the slides, nice slides put together nicely. All right, guys, the entrepreneurs would love to see what you guys came up with in this very short space of time. So let's take 3 minutes, folks, and do this, and then we will land. All right, I see your video feed is coming through. I'm canning my mic. You guys are welcome to go ahead.
So we need to start from the first slide. I think this is the second slide. Can you go to the yes? Good evening, everyone. Startups
Good
play a
evening.
crucial role in modern economies. They are newly established businesses, often driven by innovation, aiming to solve problems or meet market needs. Startups contribute to economic growth by creating jobs, encouraging competition, and introducing new ideas into the market. However, despite their importance and potential, many startups do not survive. In fact, a large percentage of startups fail within the first few years of operation. This raises an important question. Why do startups fail? Understanding the reasons behind startup failure is essential for entrepreneurs, investors, and business managers. It helps identify common challenges, avoid costly mistakes, and improve the chances of long-term success. In this presentation, we will explore the key reasons why startups fail, including financial challenges, poor market understanding, lack of proper planning, and ineffective management. Can we move to the next slide?
Stacy, is your network okay now? Can you do it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have social cognitive theory, Bandura, where the core idea is people learn from observing others. So I'm going to provide you with three examples of a key concept and its application. The first one is observational learning, where we have entrepreneurs mimicking successful founders they see. And then the second one, we have self-efficacy, where we have confidence building by watching peers succeed. And then for the final example, we have vigorous learning, where lessons are absorbed from others' failures without the cost. So the bottom line is we don't learn entrepreneurship in isolation. Rather, we learn it by watching, copying, and adapting to what others do. Next slide, please.
Okay, moving on to next slide. The example that I chose today was Mango Airlines. It's a subsidiary of South African Airlines founded in 2006, and it runs under the state government of South Africa. It officially went into voluntary business rescue plan since July 2021, but it was officially started winding down as of August 2025. So the main reasons for the failure of Mango Airlines is financial distress and debt. Because there was a high debt which made it very much impossible for the airlines to meet operational costs, including lease payments and airport fees, and failed business rescue plan. While business rescue plan was put into motion, but it failed, and it did not it was not able to secure funding, and it was not able to attract suitable investors. And the parent company failure. So South African Airlines, it itself was under financial distress, and it was not able to give any kind of support to Mango Airlines. South African government was not due to fiscal constraints, it could not provide required funds for the airline's restart. That's lack of capitalization and operational grounding and license loss. Because of financial difficulties, the creditors and other authorities wouldn't allow the airlines to go on with its operations, and they were lost. The license was lost, and lack of investors because of uh, I'm sorry. um, so big. Okay, the investors fell through, and which removed the last possibility of rescuing. And then there was COVID-19 impact because of loss of no tickets, no flying. It was the
Okay,
startup
sorry,
failed.
Gayatri,
Sorry, I'm
thanks, man.
sorry, I'm
No,
ending
no,
it here.
no, don't stress. I'm going to ask you to move on to your final one,
Yes.
final slide, and wrap up for us.
Okay, so when it comes to defensive entrepreneurship, it refers to starting a business primarily to protect one livelihood when formal employment is unavailable, especially when there's a lot of volatility in the market. It is highly relevant in South Africa due to persistently high unemployment, poverty, and economic inequality, which push individuals towards necessity-driven self-employment. It also serves as a coping mechanism for youth, migrants, and low-income households excluded from the formal economy. It also helps households generate income, survive economic shocks, and reduce dependence on social grants. It is common in the informal sector, example, street trading, small retail, home-based services, which absorbs labor that the formal economy cannot employ. However, these businesses are typically low growth, vulnerable, and unlikely to create significant employment.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well done, guys. Look what you did in a really short time. I want to share one last very sobering statistic with you. So there's been a lot of research on entrepreneurial ventures being conducted at the University of Cape Town. And here they say that a lot of the success actually lies in the person, the founding member. Up to 40% of the success of business outcomes can lie in the person. So often when the founder of an entrepreneurial venture moves along, that venture collapses because they say those traits that sits in the person. So it's crazy to think about that, né? And how would you do that sort of contingency planning if that's the case, if the statistics are so not in favor of delegating and growing a business with other people than yourself. Very interesting indeed. Thanks for this evening. I've been 10 minutes over time. We'll be in touch. We'll connect. We've only done one ICE task, so we'll be probably doing ICE again soon. Keep on working hard, study, read academic work. Take care, guys. See you next week. Well done.